Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss a thing. Welcome. By this time 4 years ago, a baby girl was glammed up. I was dressed up, wearing a really nice dress, heels. I was dressed up, what's the time? So it's 12:04. So that means that by this time we were seated, convocation was going on, and we're flipping through the convocation book, and baby girl got 3 awards. So yes, so not only did I graduate with a 4.89 CGPA, which I am very proud of, I also had 3 awards. So one of them was for the most outstanding student in Department of Computer Science and Mathematics, as a child that has good character, good morals, and is intelligent. And then the other one was for best in my department, and the other one was for best in my faculty. So let me tell you the thing. I was like, I'm ready to ball, man. I'm ready for the world. Watch out, world. Your girl is coming. But when I got into the world, I discovered that I was not ready for the world. So I'd done everything basically that the lecturer said we should do. The lecturer say study hard, read hard, do your assignments, do a lot of, watch motivational speakers, do a lot of soul searching so you can search for yourself, work on your morals, work on your etiquette. Basically, I never missed a deadline for a project or an assignment. I don't think I ever missed a class on purpose. You could never have seen me sitting on my bed or doing something else when I was supposed to be in class. I also had a reading timetable which I stuck to. I was a very good student, and I graduated, came out, and okay, before NYSC I got a job. The first job I got was where I learned that a lot of employers could be abusive. He basically tried to undermine me all the time and stuff like that. He would talk down to me, he would shout, he would undermine my work. Meanwhile, he would not edit anything when you send it to him, but he would undermine it. So after about a month of doing that, I was just like, okay, so I like the money he's paying me, but let me look for something else. So I started looking for something else, and I got a graduate internship. In night, I quit. Bros called me, and for about an hour plus, he kept telling me how he sees me as a younger sister and how I'm making the wrong move, and how that he wants to impact in me, he wants to help me, he wants to improve me, blah 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 blah. Shasha, I not listen to him. I continued. I moved on to the new place. NYSC came. I went for NYSC. And then I found out what the real world was. So I was employed for tech support, but then eventually my MD was like, oh, he doesn't want a girl on his tech support team. We'll talk about that one later. We'll talk about his gender bias and discrimination another day. But I think that's one of the things that have cemented me being a feminist. That's one of the things that really inspired my feminism track. The fact that somebody looked at me as a woman and said, oh, okay, because you're a woman, I don't want you in tech support. Imagine, I was interviewed for the post. I wrote exam. As a couple, we wrote exam. They interviewed us, and I passed, and they gave me work. And bro said, I'm a woman, so he didn't want me on his team. So I was moved to customer service. And from customer service, I remember HR called me one day, and she sat me down, and she said, oh, I think I've looked at you and I've studied you, and I think you have a flair for administrative and HR, roles. And I was like, madam, now computer science I read, Kilode, what are we doing here? I was like, no, I like my role. And then she told me that I didn't have a choice. They were moving me. I was a copper. What's the girl gonna do? So I remember that day, I locked myself inside the bathroom and I wept. And I was just like, I don't like her, I don't want to work with her. And I was so sad. And at that time too, I had applied to Phase 3 Telecoms. I don't know. Okay, I applied to them months before. It wasn't like I saw that comment. I applied to them months before, but they had not called me back. But then they called me back, and then they told me I could resume work. I just needed to get clearing from my present office. And so my mentor invited me for lunch that week, and when we got talking, he was like, try it out, try HR, don't go to Phase 3, try HR. I was like, well, sir, I don't like her, I don't want to do this. And he said, try it out. There is a reason why, she saw something in you. She didn't just call you because she wants to change the department. She saw something in you. So try it out. And I did. And boy, oh boy, I had a love-hate relationship with my work. I'm glad for how things turned out, basically. I'm glad for how things turned out. It actually taught me a lot about myself. My NYSC year taught me a lot about myself. It took a while after NYSC to get a job. Took a few months. I got a job. Again, I had a love-hate relationship with the job. I expected I was going to get a job, like, right off. Once you see my CV now, you get, my CV is intimidating. Once you see my CV, once I arrange the certificates, the certifications I have, and then like the awards, academic awards I've won, once you see them, like, you just be like, I double for you, ma. You are like, genius, so bad. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen. So your first class, this is one thing that I wish everybody knew. Your first class, your 2-1 will open doors for you. Yeah, it will get you into the door. It will get you through the door for the interview. What will keep you is your certificates, your ability to defend the certificate that you have. In fact, in some cases, I remember that for my job, the guy was telling me, after I'd been employed, I was speaking to one of my bosses, and he told me that we had over 100 first class candidates that applied for this job, and we're just like 15 that were selected, for the job. And I was like, over 100 first class? He was like, yes. And I was just like, it's favor. So the first class got me through the door, but I had to defend my certificate. I was saying so many things in my interview that one of the bosses were like, you have a lot of mouths, you have a lot of confidence. Are you sure you can deliver? And I was like, yes, sir. If given the right tools, God. I was like, if given the right tools, I can do my job. I spent a lot of time searching for myself. A lot of time. My course, I did not choose. My mom chose my course for me, so I didn't get to choose my course. I learned how to code, not because I liked it. I really, really hated PHP, but I had to use PHP to do my project, so I had to learn it. I learned Python, I learned Java, a bit of Java. I learned Visual Basic, VB. I liked VB actually. VB was easy, so I liked VB. But you see the C#, them Java, the JavaScript, you see all those things, Angular and Node.js, hated all of them, and thankfully I don't have to do them. I don't have to use them anymore. So find yourself. You have got to find yourself. If you think that going to school and coming out of first class is going to help you, nehi, it's not going to do nothing for you. There are so many people that studied computer science with me, graduated with good results, but they are still trying to find their path. This is 4 years later, and a lot of people are still trying to find their path. I recently just found mine. I battled with mine a lot. I didn't want to accept what I felt I needed to do, because I felt it's not going to make proper use of the fact that I like analysis. So I was just like, I was in between. And then my mom kept telling people, oh, my daughter's a computer scientist, and it was suiting me. And I didn't want to disappoint my mom, but at the end of the day, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. Your first class can only do so much for you, and trust me, it's an advantage. You didn't waste your time. It's actually an advantage, but it's an advantage that is limited. What you can do is what will keep you going. And really, I don't think that you should be like, oh, I graduated with the first class. If I don't get a job, I want to get a job. I want to get a job. At a point, you might have to start a business. At a point, you might have to start doing the handwork. You might have to mix stuff up, you know. But starting a business doesn't mean that, you know, you'll be selling shoe like me, or you sell hair, human hair. So don't think that, oh, I came out of the first class, there's something that is too low for me to do. Nehi. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta be ready to hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Where was I before I jumped into hustling? So, find yourself. You have to find yourself. If you don't find yourself, you will be like the multitude. You have to find yourself. You have to distinguish yourself. Distinguish yourself. You have to work on your mindset and your mentality. I remember when, because before I started working at my previous office, I worked in a place for 1 week, and I remember that I started working there for 1 week, and I quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm not a professional quitter, but you know, after working there and I quit, people kept telling me, "Why did you quit? The pay was good. Why did you quit? How can you be working in a British school and you will quit? Do you know that jobs are difficult to get?" And I'm just like, jobs may be difficult for others to get, but I will get a job. A job will come to me. It will be easy for me. And honestly speaking, I don't know why. I think that God just honored the words of my mouth and just helped me. Just helped me, because the first interview I went for after that, I got the job. You know. So please find yourself, find your path, and don't think that a first class is automatically the road to a bright future. Nehi. A first class is the first step. Is a first step. But don't sit down and just don't be in school and think that, oh, okay, when I graduate with my awesome result, I'm going to get a 6-figure job. That was legit what I thought. Like, you know, when I graduate, I'm going to get a 6-figure job. I'm going to work. I'm going to after a year after working, I should have gotten a car. You know, I should be comfortable, living the chill life and stuff like that. That's what I thought was going to happen, but it didn't happen. I'm grateful for what has happened. I'm grateful for the process, because the process has taught me a lot. The process has really helped me a lot. It has taught me a lot. It has improved me. You know, I see things a lot more differently than I used to, and I have gotten to find myself more. But I think that if I had known, I would have found myself earlier. I would have started the finding process earlier, so that when I was in school, I will not be deceiving myself and knowing that and thinking that I'm going to be a computer scientist. I'm going to get a 6-figure job where I'm going to be doing computer science. I will not have been deceiving myself. I have just told myself, okay, let's get a BSc in computer science. But afterwards, we shall not know down one do. We'll go and do something else. I'd have done that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week. Mwah.